Hello and welcome. Today I'm talking to you about a book that absolutely everybody should read. It should be required reading because of how beautiful it is, how many incredible life lessons it teaches you, how impactful it hits in your 20s, and I'm sure even beyond that, but I can only speak from experience. And that book is, of course, Happy Place by Emily Henry. Now this book, where to start? The actual premise is that there is this couple, Harriet and Win. There's so much more in the book than just a romantic love story, but hear me out. We start with Harriet and Win, and they are the perfect couple. They go together like salt and pepper. They've been together all through college, have this lovely friend group all around them, and all of them are like this found family, always together throughout school. And of course, life changes. You graduate, you get jobs, people move, people start families, and things just get more and more chaotic. Luckily, Harriet and Win have their happy place. It's more so Harriet's, but that is the cottage where all of them reconvene and find this sacred, safe space where their love just flourishes and everything else can go on pause. But this year at the cottage, there's a big gray cloud looming over them because Harriet and Win have broke up 5 months ago and have not told anyone in hopes to not jeopardize the cottage experience. So this book is actually following 2 timelines, which is the present day while they're at the cottage with everyone, and you get to see a glimpse into the past. So how did they end up where they are now? And this book so beautifully touches on the growing pains of going from university, which is so exciting and thrilling, and especially when you find a great friend group, which I'm so lucky that I did at the end, to becoming a real adult and having jobs have to prioritize. And if you have a partner, which some of my friends do, you move in and then you lose touch with some of your friends, or you just don't have time for it all. And how can you maintain those meaningful relationships when all of life is coming at you from different angles and you need to prioritize and then reprioritize and then just react to changes all the time? It's really taxing on someone, and it can be really taxing on a relationship such as Win and Harriet's. So this book tackles all of that so beautifully. I highly recommend. I think Emily Henry is such a gorgeous writer because she makes every single character in her book feel like a real person. I could actually see Win and Harriet existing in front of me and having the dialogue that they do and holding the relationships that they do. And that is so unique, I think, to a lot of contemporary romances, and that is why she is an author I will read everything from. I of course have some quotes too that I'd love to share, and the first one is actually right in chapter 1, right at the very end. It's the third to last paragraph, and it goes, "My best friends taught me a new kind of quiet, the peaceful stillness of knowing one another so well you don't need to fill the space, and a new kind of loud. Noise is a celebration, as the overflow of joy at being alive, here, now." How gorgeous is that? I think that encapsulates this book's message on love and friendship so well, and even though it's really marketed as and fits the description of a contemporary romance, it is so much more than just that romantic story between our male and female protagonists that shines through in this book. The female friendships and all of the platonic friendships in here are just so beautiful and inspiring to read about, especially as people navigate their 20s and 30s when change is thrown at you from every single direction. And I know I have felt sometimes that it is so hard to keep in touch and to keep these meaningful connections with people who I truly love and care about when 1,000 million things are happening with you every single day, and change is inevitable. But that's just such a gorgeous quote and really sets up the book beautifully. The fact that that's only in chapter 1, imagine how much better it gets all the way through. This next quote once again refers to friendship, but also the romantic relationship in the book, and I'll let it speak for itself. "Things change, but we stretch and grow and make room for one another. Our love is a place we can always come back to, and it will be waiting, the same as it ever was. You belong here." That is so beautiful. That makes me love life and the prospect of love and friendship and the fact that people are actually going to be there for you, and that love is there in your life. If that doesn't convince you to read the book, I don't know what will. But I did also want to give a special shout out to one of her other books, which is Beach Read, and I do have the gorgeous edition of this one. Oh, can you tell I love collecting books? But I wanted to give a special shout out to Beach Read because this is the first Emily Henry book that I read and the start of my profound love and admiration for her. And although I think that Happy Place is the Emily Henry book and nearly the book to read when a lot of change is occurring in your life and you're dealing with a lot of discomfort and becoming someone new and changing relationships, Beach Read is also such a beautiful book and deals with grief in such a lovely way and connection on such an emotional level. Both of our main characters in this book relate in really sad ways at times, but it turns into this beautiful, uplifting love story. So I just wanted to give a shout out to this one as well because you should definitely read it, especially if you read Happy Place first and love it. That's all. Happy reading!